Alright, we're back in action, baby! I'm not gonna lose to you, Wi-Fi. I literally was in bed all day, and I was really contemplating, should I cancel it today, because I'm not feeling it too well. And I said no. And I got up, and I turned on the PC, and I started the stream. So no, I'm not gonna cancel it. Screw you! Hi everybody! Kore had a problem with her Wi-Fi, another stream cancelled? Hopefully not. Who's Kore? Is the Wi-Fi set? It's working now, let's go. Let's go! It's green now guys, let's go! How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing today? I literally, my body is like really sore. And I was like spending like the past hour thinking about, in my head, thinking about how I could make it possible to like stream while lying down. Hello, Maria! Do I call you Maria or Lila? Lila? Hello there, how are you? Everyone meet Maria, hi! Or should I be the... Hello! Oh my god. Someone with a really pretty voice just came in my chat. All is well now. All is well. This stream was worth it. I don't know if I got cut off in the last room, but I was saying like my whole body's sore because it's that time of it's bump. It's Shark Week. It's Shark Week. Buddha Week. And everything is sore, and I was so tempted to just lie down, be the lazy bum all day, but I said no. Happy New Year. Happy New Year! Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone! It didn't get cancelled. Yeah! I didn't want to cancel because I specifically scheduled a Just Chatting stream because I wanted to talk about topics that I would be too embarrassed to talk about while someone was in the room with me because my roommate's coming back soon. And I was contemplating so hard, should I cancel it? I don't feel so good. I just want to like lie down. I don't want to get up. But no, because I really want to talk to you guys. You know, I saw when everyone when New Year started, like it was January 1st, January 2nd, even like January 7th or something. People were like doing Happy New Year streams, what's your resolution? Versus me playing Valorant. The reason I did that was because I literally was like, I already did a pre-New Year Just Chatting, and I felt like, what am I even supposed to talk about? I don't know what to talk about in my Just Chatting stream. Is it too soon to like do another Just Chatting stream? Like right after the other one? And so instead I was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna just do Valo. But then I wanted to do a Just Chatting stream, so here we are. Ping pong. Hi everyone. Gosh dang, honestly, how is everyone? Do we want to talk about New Year resolution? I know about Maria? Lila? New Year resolution. I saw her tweet about it, where it was just like, who said to themselves they were gonna wake up early starting in the new year, you know, and just woke up. I saw that one tweet. Took quite the time. I did. Wi-Fi was being a jerk per usual. Wi-Fi should also have his New Year resolutions. He should do his job properly starting this new year. You know, new year, new me, and everything. Should stop being so sloppy. It's like I am adjusting so much to Wi-Fi Kun. I'm like, I'm gonna stream super late so that, you know, there's a higher chance of it working. But then he's just like, oh, you're streaming later now? Okay, I'll stop working in the later times too. I'm like, what do you want from me? I'm pretty sure we're paying you, so chop chop. What's rheumatic? What is that? Me and Kine have the same question. A type of arthritis. Honestly, like, I feel so old. Wait. Is that your New Year's resolution? I'm sorry to hear that. I'm already like, I don't know if I can say I can relate, but I suppose I could. Is it okay to say like I empathize? I don't know. I just have so many back problems, and it's just, you know, our bones. I'm not even that old, and I already feel like I am. I feel so like my body. Maybe it's my doing. I know it's my doing. I'm very unhealthy, but I just feel like my back is just constantly in pain. Like, you know what? Me and Momgu, when she came to visit, I was like, I want to get a massage, but I don't know where to go. And I'm too conscious to like go to a massage place all on my own. And it's not like I can massage myself, you know, like in the back. And so I literally was like, Momgu, we have to get a massage and come visit me. And it got so busy and so hectic because most of the time, like I said before, we were just traveling, that we just traveled. We just traveled all the time. Most of the day, it was spent like just going from bus to bus to bus, transpo. And so we literally were always like, okay, next time. And we never got to get a massage, and to this day, I really need one on my back. All I want for Christmas is a massage. That's the lyrics now. My golly. Nefni has a problem to do that since it's elementary. Ugh, I'm sorry to hear that. My goodness. It's so hard to, like, have trouble. Like, just hurting, you know, just hurting. This is why they say health is wealth. I am now thinking like an old person. Like, a lot of, like, old people say that health is wealth, you know? I get it. I really do. I really do get it. But, like, I didn't bother with, like, quote-unquote, I have never bothered with New Year's resolutions. That's also another thing. I am interested in hearing guys' New Year's resolution. And if you've done anything to, like, make those a reality. Hello, Freezy. But I literally every year do not do that. Unless the teacher, like, says it. You know how teachers always do that? Where you come back from break and they're like, alright, class, our activity for today is either, like, can you write to us what your New Year's resolutions are? Or, like, what did you do in the summer as vacation? And I'd always be like, why do they, like, assume that we did anything in the summer vacation? Like, they're like, they also put, like, you know, minimum amount of words, minimum amount of blah blah blah, and I'm sitting here like, all I did in summer was sleep. Stay at home and sleep. Is that what you want me to write? I have literally, we did not go anywhere. We didn't even go out to the malls. We didn't go anywhere. How am I supposed to write a full-on essay about how I slept all summer? Like, I really wanted to say that. I was like, well, what if we didn't do it? What if nothing happened? That's me with, like, just chatting streams. Where I'd, like, I've already said this before. But no matter how much I like talking to you guys, I get conscious when it's just purely just chatting. Because I literally, my daily routine is waking up, maybe like edit some video or something, or do homework, and then go to bed. I don't even go out. Like, every time I visit a relative that lives here, they're like, so what you been up to? Like, you go around, you're finally in the big city, what you been up to? I've been at home, I've been sleeping, I've been in my room. Like, I literally do not go out. My lifestyle is not changed. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm in my teen and I feel old. I feel you so bad. Why does everyone, why do we all feel so old? It's so sad. It used to be pain, it was just kind of weak with little pain. It spiked again just recently, previously it was normal. I see. I guess it's good that you're kind of like, you know, powering through it now. It's not that painful anymore. Tell them all of your dreams you've witnessed in your stream. That's the thing with me. My dreams are pretty weird. Usually I forget them. The sad thing about this is that if it's a good dream, I forget it immediately. I'll be like, if I have a good dream, also I don't dream that often, but when I do, and it's a good dream, I wake up, feel a sense of loss because it was such a good dream, and I remember the only thing I remember from the good dream is that I remember feeling this seems like it's too good to be true. And then I wake up and it was too good to be true. And then I'm like sitting there not remembering what happened exactly. But I just know that it was a good dream. Usually my good dreams are not like over the top. My good dreams are like kind of like vivid in the moment where it's something. The Wi-Fi's dying again, so I stopped talking just now. Hey! Hey! Oh no! No! Gosh. You're really making this so hard. You're making it so hard, Wi-Fi. I was gonna say, my good dreams are something that could happen. You know, they're very close to reality. I feel like my good dreams are manifested from my immense desire for something, this good thing to happen. And then it happens in my dream and I'm like, this is too good to be true. It's kind of like, I really wanted this to happen and it's happening. And then I wake up. My bad dreams, on the other hand, are so out of this world. It's insane. Like, my bad dreams, like, we've talked about it a little bit before, where, like, they're giant insects, zombie hordes, it's the apocalypse. I had a dream once where me and Brogu had to escape because we were getting sent off on a ship, and the ship was manned by, like, bad people. And I noticed, like, I was all detective-like, and I noticed, and I was like, Brogu, you have to listen to me. You can't be on this ship right now. You have to run away. And so we ran away, and I remember, like, we were doing stuff that was weird, like, I was telling Brogu, we have to turn off our cell phones, otherwise they're gonna track us. And then we ran away, and then we got on this truck with dogs in the back, and then we met up with Momgu, and then we were, like, in hiding, and I still don't know what bad thing it was. I just knew the ship was bad, we shouldn't be there, and that we were now on a run, and it was really high stakes, and we had to cross some sort of border, and we had to, like, be like, we have to be on this truck, and we have to cross the border, and that way we'll be safe. And we have to, I literally don't, no reason, like, no logic. That just was the setting. My gosh, Bovid got us feeling old, man. That's true. This certainly doesn't help. Existential crisis. 80% of my dreams are about something dying. Exactly. Most of my, like, bad dreams. I mean, you wouldn't call Mega the dream chaser. My dreams are similar. In which way? Like, your good dreams or the bad ones? I literally... My dreams are so whack. I'm just like sitting here like, why were we... What was on the ship? Why couldn't we be there? Like, I wake up having questions like, why couldn't we be there? And why was a truck full of dogs? And why were we able to get on it while it was moving? And why was the driver... How did I know the driver was going to the destination we needed to go to? Also, I just heard something from outside the room. Like, metal being dragged. That was weird. That was odd. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, we were talking about dreams. Actually, you know, the topic that I wanted to talk about today was related to me and Rumi, and also about something that happened while Momgu visited. When Momgu visited, I like got so many things done that were like, you know, like I used to have. Okay, let me tell you a funny story. I want to tell you a funny, maybe it's disturbing. It's like a silly story where it's just like, it's so silly. The story was that me and Momgu got earrings that you stick in your ear, but it just like dangles, and so it's just dangling earrings. It's dangling earrings, right? And there's no lock or anything, so we were concerned that it was gonna fall off, you know, without us noticing, because it's just you insert it to your ear and then it just dangles, you know, it's just like dangle because it's long and it's like there, and there's no lock, there's no something to pin it in, so it could unconsciously like slip out from the ear, and it was expensive, so we didn't want to like lose it, right? So Momgu, without telling me, was like, put these things on, these like rubber lock thingies, so that you can, you know, prevent it from falling off. And I'm like, okay, that's normal. I don't know much about these jewelry stuff. Okay, I think they're pretty, yeah, but I've never been like, oh my gosh, this is like a blah 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 kind of jewelry, you know? Like, it's pretty, she put it on me, I'm like, okay, that's nice, I like it. And she's like, okay, lock this in. And then what happened was, because it seemed this rubber lock thingy was like the cheap kind. Like, she got it from some other jewelry that were cheap, and so this rubber thingy was cheap, and it hardened to the point where we couldn't take it off. So this rubber we had to like cut the earrings, but we couldn't do that for the longest time because we were scared that like it was gonna cut off our ear or something, so we were terrified of like getting it removed or anything. And so, for the long that we had, but we recently like had to get like our passports renewed, and we had to remove the earrings. So that's when we got it off. We just like cut it. Finally, we got the courage to cut it, and we were like, finally, it's not stuck in our ears. But then because of that, I didn't get new earrings for like months, and so the hole was starting to close back again. So when I think someone I don't know what part of the stream just got cut off because the Wi-Fi died again. I don't know how much of it you guys heard, but I think the sound of metal dragging might maybe be the sound of someone resetting the Wi-Fi again? I don't know. I don't know. Let me just check how... Your guys' dreams are so disturbing. What the heck? The messages just came in. Just now. Of course it's acting up again. Wi-Fi's New Year's resolution is just to be an even bigger jerk than before. Gosh! If Wi-Fi was a person, I'd hate them so much. Wait, let me listen. What part am I talking about? Oh wait, actually it's not that delayed. The Wi-Fi isn't that. I mean, the stream isn't as delayed as I thought it would be, with the Wi-Fi being so red right now. I mean, I guess I did say it was gonna be a short stream, but I... No! Anyways, my story. I'm probably the type of person... I never realized that... This thing's getting on my nerves because it's like it's taunting me. Because I stopped to like check the what do you call it? I forgot the word. The state of my stream. And it's doing, you know, fairly good. It's still red, but it's there. But then when I start talking about something of quote-unquote essence, like the chatting part, it goes to 0. Or like in the hundreds. Like, I don't even know how it's gonna go back to being green. Oh, honey. You little... It did it again! Mid-sentence being like, ah! You gonna talk? You gonna tell a story? Huh? Hmm? Mm-hmm. Anyways, my point is that I got new earrings. And then, after that, I got my hair cut. I got a haircut. And also, I started doing these, like, skincare routines. I've stopped doing them for a few days now, but I mean, I'm not used to them. I mean, like I've said before, okay, this is the embarrassing part that I wanted to talk about that when Roomie wasn't here. But I kept mentioning to Momgu, like, Rumi's gonna be so surprised because in the span of a few weeks that she wasn't here, I got my hair done, I got new earrings, which Roomie met me when I didn't have earrings because, you know, we had them taken off. But we got new earrings because we were afraid it was gonna close it off, it was gonna close off, so it would be a waste, right? Let me tell you, it was so painful for the few days, or few hours, actually. Just a few hours. I can literally read a novel while listening to it. Oh, I'm so glad you like it! I'm so glad that you like the BGM. I watched Wi-Fi. You will get these hands. You will get these hands. You don't get it together. Huh? I like how every time I do a... Well, not every time. Every time I stream where the Wi-Fi is just unstable, mid-sentence or midway what I'm doing, I'm just like going ham on Wi-Fi kun. Being just like, also hello Brogu. Bro. Ah. Stop it! Fine, I'll limit it to like a 1 hour or even like a 40-minute stream. Oh. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Is that what you want, Wi-Fi? You've been awfully cheeky lately. Being so incompetent in your job. Hmm? Hey! Hmm? You think I'm joking? I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm angry. Hmm. Anyways. So when Momgu came over, I got all this stuff done. And I even like was starting to get conscious because Momgu and I got into like this deep conversation about how like you know, first impressions, and then when you get a job, like you're gonna look at your face first, you gotta take care of your skin and stuff like that. And we got into talking about Roomie-chan, where Roomie-chan, because Roomie and I are like this such are like stereotypical, like, you know those Disney movies where it's like two best friends or two siblings that share a home and they do a montage of like how they're two complete opposites, where the other is like doing skincare and wearing like putting so much thought into their clothes and appearance and stuff, while the other person is just like waking up and just, I don't know, like puts on a hoodie they found on the ground. That kind of like, you know, two parallels, like, oh look at me, I'm the girly girl and I'm the not so girly girl, you know. And that's literally me and Roomie-chan, because Roomie-chan has all these like you know, like skincare routines, and also like whenever we go out, she like goes to like skincare stores and then buys skincare stuff. Well, I'm like flashback to me following around Momgu shopping for clothes. Literally, I'm like just trailing behind Rumi-chan as she's picking out like all these skincare products, and then clerks would come up to me being like, "Hello, like what do you need?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm just here with a friend, you know? Like I'll be like, "Oh, no, it's fine," because I'm not actually there to buy anything, you know? Because when we go out for groceries, Rumi-chan will like go to this one mall when she needs like the skincare stuff. But then Mongu came, she's like, you should learn a thing or two from your roommate. You know, you should like take her example, like, you know. And so like she's like, this is like for a wash, like a different soap for your face. So it's like not the soap I use for my body, which what I've been using for like the longest time. She's like, this is like a all natural thingy. I'm like, okay. And she's like, why don't we buy some face masks and you can like, I don't know, do them like once a week. And I'm like, okay. And then she bought this roller thing for the both of us, and I'm like, okay. And she's like, you should start doing these things, you know. And like, I'm like, okay, I guess I can. Cause I'm not against like, oh, putting on makeup is blah. Like, I don't think that. I just am too lazy to do them. Because putting on makeup is like an actual skill. You know, it's not just something that you do. It's not like painting. It's like painting your face in the right way that it makes you look attractive. You can't just like put anything on your face. And also, you have to spend time on it. And so, it's not that I'm against it. Okay, I used to be against it. I used to be against it mainly because it was uncomfortable, not because of anything else. It's uncomfortable. Just certain types of makeup, which is lipstick. I really hated lipstick. I still do, kind of. Hate lipstick. Because I don't like the feeling of having lipstick and then having to eat, and then you like... I don't know, it feels weird because I feel like I'm eating and there's lipstick on my mouth. And then I'm eating and the lipstick gets in the food and the cup, and I didn't like that. And I used to lie to my teachers and be like, my parents don't allow me to wear makeup. Like, I'd lie, and then my parents would come to school and the teachers would be like, never got to put makeup on her for special occasions because she said that you wouldn't let her. And my mom would be like, did she now? And I'm like, ugh, I'm not that against it now. There have been like, we've discovered lipstick that's you know, not like that. Like, it doesn't stain. I feel like it just, you forget about it after a while and it doesn't stain food. But I've always been like the type to be like, it's not that I don't like to doll up, it's just I am too lazy to go through the process of getting dolled up. You know what I mean? Like, I admire, kudos to the people who actually like go through all that and they're like pretty and they like, but me just thinking about it, you know, like, you have to put it on and you have to wake up early to put it on so you can't be late, so you aren't late. And also like, you have to like stare at the mirror and like do all these scary things. Oh my gosh, when they put stuff on their eye and they have to like, oh my gosh, I get scared that they're gonna poke their eye. Natural beauty is better. I mean, natural beauty is good, but there's nothing wrong with makeup. You know, it's like, if it makes you happy, you know, it's good. You know? Like, that's that. But you can't argue that makeup really does make a difference. Like, I've seen those transformation videos on YouTube, okay? They're amazing. And I'd be like, wow. If I, like, knew how to do that, like, wow. You know what I mean? I just am not that passionate about it. I can't bring myself to be that passionate about it. And so I was just like, okay, yeah, because I was getting concerned too. I was like, oh man, like, maybe I should start doing those stuff. And so that's the thing that I wanted to talk about, was that I wonder how Rumi's gonna react, where me previously, like, zero attention to detail, suddenly has all these stuff. Like, I have a roller for the face. You know how in those Korean dramas they have those roller thingies when they're doing skincare? I don't even know what it does. I just use it on my face. Just because. I don't know what it's for. But I see people use it, so I guess it's good. You know? I assume it makes the skin better. I literally don't know. It's, you know, baby steps. Like, I'm not gonna... I'll like, what do you call it? Start taking care of skin at least. Which is the thing that I was like too embarrassed to share when Rumi will be right there and I'll be talking about how she's gonna be surprised by my change. I don't know, I'll feel awkward. You have an extremely detailed model. Yes, I do. Mama did a good job. Mama and Papa did such an amazing job. You know, if people were to be interested, I would do like a stream just dedicated to praising Mama and Papa. Mama, I have like actually technically two mamas. I had someone do an initial design, and they're the one who came up with Larry as well, and then I got the mama who, you know, created me, and Papa who made me move so nicely. You know, it's so amazing. Like, I'm so bouncy. I'm so, you know, all thanks to Papa. Papa did such an amazing job, and Papa is actually like super overworked. Like, they were so high in demand, but they were so courteous with me. I could sing praises to the people who I've worked with. Like, if in my debut, I feel like I could have done that, but it would have made the debut so long. But I wish I thought of that. Like, my post debut is just me. Let me gush to you about all the people that I've worked with. Because, like, even the assets, my just chatting, my overlay artist was Nikki. I don't know if you guys know Nikki, but Nikki is very famous, and I found them, and I've been, like, watching them on Twitch for the longest time. And, you know, their streams are very comfy, and, like, I think I've talked about this already before, where I asked them to, like, do me one commission, and then suddenly was like, oh, I know I said that you could only needed to do the badges, but what if you could also do my overlays? And they were like, I don't know if I can like do it, I'm pretty booked. And I'm like, what if it's in like this date, which is still pretty long, you know, like near the end of June, because my debut was in the first week of July. And they're like, oh, that works then. And oh gosh, they gave me a lot of drafts, and it was so hard to pick because they were all so good. And then so after that, they were like, still, you know, like they went above and beyond. Like, they even were like, this and this and this, you can do this and that and that, and also the like here's like the fonts, and then they were like text like notepads where it's like, these are the things that you can do, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, they were so nice. I was so happy that I got them. Same with Papa and Mama. Like, Papa was like, you know, like, Papa made a dedicated unlisted video for me on YouTube to like do stuff with my model on VTube Studio. My Papa is amazing. Rainly Papa is amazing. Like they were, Rainly Papa was so busy. I don't even know what to say, because is it just like telling you the story? Don't you think that's amazing? Like, I felt really, really happy. And even before they started working on me, because they were busy, you know, they had a lot of bookings. We were talking, and they really helped me a lot to convey what I needed to do with what I wanted to happen to my mama. And Rainly Papa was like, if it's like okay with your mama, we can like communicate to make things easier, you know, I'm happy to help. And it's like, it was so amazing because we were like going back and forth, and then you know, it was fun, and sometimes our conversations like brightened our day. I used to, even after the rigging was done, I used to like still message them and just, you know, random gifs of like sending them like, be sure to hydrate. But I got shy after a while, being like, I wonder if they find these messages bothersome to respond to. Because I almost like send them a lot, and so I did greet them like Happy New Year. I still like, you know, as I am physically. Wait. Something that only girls might know? What is it? What are you gonna ask? Hear what people think of me, I'm alive, I couldn't care less about what you think about me. You have an extremely detailed model. Not personal, but I wish I had your kinds of parents. Are you talking about my real parents? Or like my mama and papa as like a rigger? Because if you misunderstood, well, I mean, technically, I have 2 mamas and 2 papas. I have so many mamas and papas, actually. Like, Mama Lore is also, like, technically a mama. And I have a crow papa. We haven't talked in a while. But I have a crow papa. And I also have Papa Rigger. I don't want to be having a fight on the internet. Yeah, it's honestly like people on the internet, I feel like sometimes are too quick to, you know, be confrontational or say things that are hurtful just because, you know, they're hiding behind a screen. Like, figures? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm confused. It be because of the delay. It's so hard. This is why, like, I want just chatting teams especially to have good Wi-Fi, because this is like, you know, that's the basis of chatting. Like, you get to have a conversation. You hear that, Wi-Fi? Do you hear that? But definitely, what was I talking about? Yeah, I was praising the people. Like, I just, the people I worked with are so good. Are girls as emotionally sensitive as the stereotype says, for the most part? I wouldn't say they're emotionally sensitive. I think that it's just a femininity kind of thing, where they're more in tune with their emotions. You know? They're more in tune with their emotions versus like, because I think it's more the way that they're raised, right? Because I witnessed it personally myself, where boys would get told to, like, while growing up, like, don't cry, it makes you like seem like a girl, which is wrong. But you know, that's kind of like a quote unquote a culture thing, you know. I don't know about the others, but I've witnessed it, and so I don't know, because I can't really speak. Just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I speak on behalf of all women. You know, that's not how it works. You can't just be like, I'm a girl and I'm like this, hence all girls are like this. I'd say if it's me though, I'm pretty... It depends actually, but I think I'm pretty emotional. I think I'm like a crybaby, basically. I don't know about emotional. You know, I don't like sit here thinking, am I emotional? But I do cry a lot, especially with like movies. With like movies, I literally sometimes just something that no one else who's watching with me is crying about, I'll be crying. Like, I've been teased about it by Brogu sometimes, where I'd be like crying full on, like with quivering voice, difficulty to breathe because it's just so sad, and he'd be like staring at me like, you're crying, really? And I'm like, it's sad! What do you mean? So, I don't know. Momgu does it too sometimes. If we go by level of emotion, it would be like me, because I cry a lot in movies, and then Momgu. And then Brogu and Dadgu are like kind of equal. Because I've never seen Brogu cry from a movie before. Like, I haven't seen Dadgu cry from a movie either, but like, can be whatever you have experienced with girls. It kind of makes it easier to have a conclusion with. You see, I am not the most social person. So, I don't know. From me and Momgu's experience, yeah, we cry from movies, so as most Asian countries have similar culture about gender assigned roles or traits. What is this conversation? As most Asian countries, what does that mean? Similar culture about gender assigned roles or traits? What brought about this question, actually? Hi there! Honestly, like, I genuinely don't know. Stereotype. What kind of stereotype are we talking about? Because, like, if it's emotional... When someone's... Are you emotional? I feel like... I associate it with crying the most. You know what I mean? But I guess I don't know. There's many types of emotion. Anger is an emotion. And I know a lot of, like, males who get emotional, if that's what you're asking. Like, get angry. That's an emotion. But if it's crying, like getting... She noticed me? Yeah, what do you mean? Can't be crybaby, girls are usual. Atypical emotional ones can't be rational. I'm fed up with this. What do you mean? What are you fed up with? If you're fed up with some sort of stereotype, then just don't entertain it. Like, if you think it's... Wait. If you're fed up with... Wait, what are you fed up with exactly? Not that I'm saying, like, what? Why would you be fed up? You know? But I'm just saying, like... I don't know, because I am the type of person that doesn't really... like, mind a lot of stuff. You know? So, I really don't... You know, someone could, like... I don't know. Sometimes if I'm having a bad day, things will irritate me. But for the most part, I'm, like, just floating around. Like, someone could cut in line, and I'd be like, oh, okay, well, that was rude of them. And be like that. You know? Like, I don't know. So I don't... It's very common, even amongst teachers and my own parents. I'm annoyed by this. Well... It's understandable to be annoyed by stereotypes that are pushed upon you. Especially by people who, like, don't know you well. And... You know, it's valid to be annoyed. But... I don't know if you're asking for advice or not, but personally, I'm just gonna share this. This isn't advice or anything, I'm just gonna share this, but it's not that I don't get irritated or annoyed, but And it's not that I can do this 100% of the time, but what I do and what Mamgu always tells me to do when I get annoyed by things or by things that other people do is that, you know, you can't control how other people act or think. Like, people will believe what they want to believe. They'll do what they want to do. You can't, it's not like the movies where you give a motivational speech and then suddenly people's minds are changed, although that can happen. But most of the time, people, like, don't do something because it's justified. They do something and then find something to justify it. Like, they'll do something and then do their best to convince themselves that it's right, you know? And you doing anything to them probably won't change them, or change what they do, or change what they say, change what they think. No matter how much evidence you push up their face, no matter how statistic and logical it is, if someone is irrationally choosing to believe in something, there's nothing you can do about it. And so the only thing you can do is control how you react to it. You know, if you are annoyed by it and they, you know, they annoy you, just ignore them and learn to not care about them so much, you know? Learn not to care about what they think or what they say, because you can't control them, you can't control other people, and you can't manipulate their, like, you can't just change their whole lifestyle that they've been building up since they were a child. So the only thing you can control is yourself and your reaction and what you do and what you say and how you feel and how you act upon those feelings. So that's just what I try to do. I don't do it all the time. It's really hard, but that's what I do, and that's what Mom tells me to do. What other games do you play besides Valorant? Genshin Impact? If you're asking me like what other games I play, the truth is I don't play a lot of games anymore. I used to play a lot of mobile games, like gacha games, but I don't play a lot anymore. I feel like I'm so busy, I have so many things to do. But if you're asking what other games I stream, because really that's one of the reasons I started streaming, is because I felt guilty. I would feel guilty sometimes just spending so much time on like games and stuff. And I was thinking, you know, might as well stream it, you know? And so that is why, like, streaming, sometimes I can't even play a game until I'm streaming it. Like Pokemon, in Pokemon, I won't play it unless I'm streaming it. And then there's Genshin as well. Genshin takes up a lot of time. So that's why I started doing this thing with Minute-chan, where it's like, Minute-chan, every week we should like do a Genshin stream so that I can do my dailies actually and my weeklies. And he's like, yeah, let's do that. And so I play like Genshin, Pokemon, any other random game that seems interesting to stream or interesting to play, I'll play it. But in general, I don't play a lot of horror games. There are some games that I pluck up the courage to, like, you know, what do you call it, to play. But I played Poppy Playtime and it was so much scarier than I thought. But at first, I think it was like mostly my prejudice of like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so scary, it's gonna be so scary, something's gonna jump at me. But then the longer the game like went on, it was just like, it became just frustrating instead of scary. I'm like, this is just annoying. The puzzles annoy me. I don't want to use my brain right now. But then at the end, it was so scary. Like, oh wait, is this spoilers? In the end, it was just like so scary. It felt so real. I don't know why or how they did it, or maybe it was just my headspace at the time. But it felt like I was actually being chased, and it was so eerie and it was scary. And that's why I haven't played a horror game in a long time. I'm like, I really am not, like, you know, suited for this. It's genuinely terrifying to me at times. I don't know. I'm getting depressed because the novel I've been reading hasn't really released a new chapter yet. I feel you so bad. I get so sad when I'm reading a novel and or like a manga, a manhwa, and then I'm just like so hyped for it. I'm so into it. I've been reading it and it's 4 AM and suddenly it's like there's no more new chapters and now you have to wait for months because sometimes there's a weekly release and but then also there are, you know, they have to translate it and stuff. But also there are some manhwa or manga just take months. I don't know why, because I don't like pay attention to that, but it's just. But I am the type of person that like forgets about titles too, so it's so frustrating when you forget about it for a while because it's ongoing and it's been months and you forget the title and you're like, was there one manhwa with this plot? Like suddenly you're like, oh yeah, I want to pick that up again. Surely there's new chapters by now, but I can't remember the title. My gosh. And there's so many because I like consuming nowadays I like consuming the same amount, you know, this isekai villainess stuff. Manhwa. I consume the same, like, you know, they're kind of like really similar, so they all like blend into one mass of villainous isekai manhwa, and I'm like, which one was it? Which one? And so sometimes I get lucky and it pops up in the recommended page on the website. Sometimes I don't and it's just lost forever. On the other hand, I'm not impatient enough to wait for it to be completed. Okay, I'm not patient enough to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna wait until it's complete. I'm a little bit lucky. Let me follow my passion. Had to show them it's worth it. Try to follow my passion. I always let them down. Don't say that. Don't say that. A little bit lucky. Yeah, that's another thing that Mongu told me. The Mongu wisdom. Mongu always tells me that you're way happier when you count the things to be happy about rather than count the things you should be unhappy about. Sorry, something got stuck in my throat. Sometimes it just really, like, I notice it in my head, but sometimes it's hard to actually follow your head instead of your feelings in the moment. It's why Bamgu says, like, you know, you can't always be like relying on your emotion, because sometimes emotions are very fleeting and they're not permanent. They're like spur of the moment. It's why, I don't know who said this, there's this advice that says don't make decisions when you're super happy or when you're super sad or super mad, because if you're super happy, you're more inclined to agree to things that you might regret later on. And if you're super sad or super angry, of course you like might do things that you regret. You might make hasty decisions because you're not in your right like state of mind. But yeah, it's nice that you got to follow your passion. You know, if you have the luxury to do so, I think it's nice, you know. Hi, konnichiwa. Hello, hello. Konnichiwa, konnichiwa. Everyone is fighting for something. Exactly. Other's POV is the name. Is that a novel? Wait, Other's POV? No, it's different. I'm reading Omniscient Reader's POV. And also, like, Novels Extra. Those are the manhwas I'm reading. There's another one. Life, what was it? It's Regressor Instructor Manual. And there's a lot more. The S classes that I've raised, those are the ones I'm reading. Because I feel like I've read all the isekai villainous genre under the sun. You know? I've like read them all. They're all ongoing or their ones are completed. Her Summon. What is it about? Exploration themed manga or something that's always about killing something to progress? Killing something to progress. If you say that, like, you know, like something that isn't about killing, I feel like there are a few manga or manhwa where it's just like the theme is that when they eat something they get stronger. I've encountered manhwas like those before. I don't think I've finished any of them, but it's also difficult if you abandon your feelings to get things right. It bottles up. Yeah, I'm not saying you should abandon your feelings or suppress them. I'm saying that if you're feeling something in a super heightened manner, I feel like it's not good to make decisions in that moment. You can't be like super happy all the time, you know? That's not a thing. That's crazy. Or super mad all the time. You know, it's like this sense of like you're super mad or super happy. It's just moments like those where it's a fleeting feeling. So you can't just like do everything because you feel something about it, you know? That to be said, thinking logically and rationally about everything, of course, is pretty impossible and I'm sure pretty wrong and miserable. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, like, there's a lot of, you know, stuff these days where they say follow your heart and do what you feel and something like that. But sometimes feelings can be wrong, right? That's the thing with emotions. They're not always rational. So, you know, just keep an open eye out. Open eye out for everything. Are you talking about isekai? This isn't a Valorant. This isn't a Valorant stream. The beginning after. I'm a lot lazier than you nuts. Have you read the beginning after the end? Beginning after the end. Yes, I have. But I have this habit. You know how some people have this habit of like, don't tell me spoilers and stuff like that. My bad habit, well, it's not a bad habit. My habit with manhwa sometimes is when I'm reading it, sometimes I want to know the ending and be like, is it worth it to like suffer through all this shenanigans? Or like to go through this like really long journey with it? Or is it gonna have an ending that leaves a bad taste in my mouth? Like, that is when I will search up spoilers on the internet of like, what is the ending like? Like, I had dropped a manhwa before because of that. It was just like, what was it? Remarried Empress. I don't know if you guys know this, but Remarried Empress, I started reading it. And the antagonists were so maddening. It was like this feel. It was like, if I were to describe it in words to like emulate to you guys what the feeling is like, it was like arguing against an idiot. Like, because you're arguing with an idiot, no matter how logical you are or how right you are, the idiot doesn't get it. So you're the only one feeling frustrated because the idiot thinks they're not doing anything wrong and that they're right, when you know you're right and you're like arguing with them and they just won't budge. That's how I felt with the villains in this story. And it like literally genuinely made my blood pressure just you know, like it just rose up to the highest degree. And I was like, when are they going to get rid of these two? Literally, these two make me so mad. Like, they drive me crazy. And so I did a search of like, so like when is she gonna be happy? When's the main protagonist gonna be happy? When's she gonna find a new person to be with, you know? And I recall so many people were like, oh, you're gonna have to like sit through a lot of these guys because they're not going away anytime soon. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, goodbye. Never reading you again, because I am going to like faint from anger reading this. So I just dropped it. That's how I dropped some of my manhwas or novels, is that I judge the ending. I'm like, am I gonna like the ending? And the answer is no, then okay. Like, what's the point of reading it if it's, you know, like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, why suffer through all that? Or like, maybe, like, suffering through all it so that you can see the ending or whatnot. But that was the one time I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna take a while. I don't think I should be reading this. Or maybe, I don't know, I've never come back to it again. There's another one too. What is it? Bro, don't drop it so early, bro. I literally was going to explode from anger. What do you want from me? I was gonna explode. Who cherishes the ending rather than the journey, bro? No, not particularly. Not particularly. But, you know, you gotta weigh sometimes. I'm very lazy to read comics or novels. I'm the opposite. It's because these days when you don't have a lot of time, I don't have the patience to like sit through a movie, and it's like, if you can like read it, if you read it, it's faster. You consume much more in much less time. So I like it versus like watching a movie and it's 1 hour, you know, and it's only like 1 episode of a K-drama or like 2 episodes and there's like 25 episodes. Man, I used to like consume hundreds of episodes like it was nothing. I'm getting old. Gotta go, take care. You too, take care. Thanks for dropping by. I also like, what was it I was talking about? Abandoned Empress, if you guys know that. Abandoned Empress, the manhwa, like, I also dropped it because of the ending. Like, I read all, like, so much of it, but then, like, signs are about to, like, pop up and I was like, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. It's like, you know how, like, especially in stories, especially in the fantasy world, I don't like it when someone mistreats someone and then they're given a chance to like redo it and then they still choose the person who mistreated them. And I'm like, that can't be right. And that's what happened in this particular manhwa. And I was so upset because I was cheering so hard for the other male leads. They were perfectly great too. They like treated her so good. And yet she went back to this guy and I was like, okay, I'm gonna spoil. I'm gonna spoil. Okay, this abandoned empress, like, in her like past life, the emperor, she was married to the emperor. Like, she was raised to be married to this emperor, so she trained like all this like etiquette stuff, you know, never had much like, she didn't have much time to like just live because she was busy training to be an empress from a young age. Then she marries this guy, and this guy hates her guts, and he like has a mistress or whatever, you know, has another person. I don't remember actually. I don't remember if the mistress is there or not, but that's usually the trope. But anyways, the main point was that he hated her guts, and we spend the majority of like the manhwa like not knowing why, like why does he hate her so much? Like they just met, they just got married, she didn't do him anything wrong. She's like been so good, she's been fulfilling her duty, but he hates her. And you're thinking, what did she do? What is the such valid reason of this guy? And then he makes her so miserable, even though she's just doing her best. You like harem? It depends. It depends. So far, I haven't really liked a lot of harem or reverse harem anime, but there are a few mangas or manhwas where I'm like, that's pretty good, pretty nice. But you know, it depends. It depends on how it's executed. Most of the time, it's like meh, but I'm not the type to read like, I don't know. I don't know what changed. Like I like fluff. I love fluff. I love romance. I love shoujo. But sometimes some of these days, like when the plot turns too much into romance, I get bored. Like I recently watched this K-drama called Strange Attorney Woo, and then it started like leaning so much into like the romance that I dropped it. I was like, I'm bored now. I wanted to, you know, I guess the language barrier was still, too high for me. ごめんね。英語の配信だから。でも時々ね、日本語だけ喋る、日本語しか喋れない配信とかするんだけど普段はいつも英語で配信してますので、ごめん、日本語下手。Wait a minute. Document ballistic test of a new bolt design. somehow no energy. Person you're choosing best girl in a harem. I am pretty picky. And my pickiness sometimes doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. Are still too high for me. Harem where the MC actually has balls is rare. Yeah. Because he picked the best girl early in the story. Yeah, that's the thing I don't like about harem. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, I think I pinpointed something. Reverse harem or harem. I don't mind it when it's like the harem or like the people around the MC or the, you know, the people, the love interests of the MC that are shown to be competing for the MC's love, but the MC is unaware of it. The MC is just like dense about it. I don't like it when the MC is aware, or if it's our harem or reverse harem where the MC is like, oh no, it's like wishy-washy. I feel like I don't like it. I don't know if it's like some people will probably say have like some sort of analytical breakdown of why it's okay, but I just don't like it. You know, it's like an emotional choice to not like it. I'll be like, I don't like it. I don't know how to articulate it. I can't. But I don't like it when the MC, girl or boy, is like, oh no, this person makes my heart beat fast. Oh no, but this person also makes my heart beat fast. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with 3 boys or girls at the same time and I don't know which one I like. Just stop. Like, stop it. If I'm gonna be reading this, I'd rather read like just a 1v1 couple. Like a like just 2 people. Okay? I don't want it. Don't worry about it. I was told the best way to learn to listen to English is to listen to English, so I'm doing my best to listen. Yes, yes! そうそう、私も実は日本語を習った方法はね、なんか子供の時からアニメを見ることで、それでいつの間にか日本語わかるようになったんですよ。急に敬語ごめん。だからいつも言ってるんだけど、敬語下手くそな理由はそれで、My grammar and structure is all over the place when I speak Japanese. 日本語のなんか、grammar いろいろ間違ってる理由はなんか、アニメから習ったんだ。なんかね、アニメでね、なんか敬語あんまり使えないんじゃないですか。だから敬語下手くそなんですよ。だってみんな、しかもなんか、いつもなんか、毎日使ってる会話で、no, how do you say it? なんかね、アニメでね、なんか、現実では使えない言葉とかいっぱいあるのでlike in anime, like, you know, because it's anime and it's like the movies or whatever, or they use a lot of like words that are inappropriate or deemed rude when you're actually talking to someone who knows Japanese. So that's why, like, when I speak Japanese also, like, my grammar is all over the place and the structure is wrong because, like, I copied, like, sounds, you know, and how, like, they talk. So, like, that's why I say I'm bad at it. Yes, there are very many wrong, incorrect expressions. And there are wrong, like, grammar, you know, like, なんか、喋り方がおかしい。時々ね。どうやっていろんな言葉を一緒になんか、わかるようになる。わからない。いろいろ間違ってるんだよ。Technically, those feelings of heartbeat fast doesn't mean love and can also mean getting excited or embarrassed. Yes, but in the context of the anime, they make it seem like I'm in love with multiple people at the same time, which doesn't sit well with me because you know at the end they're gonna only pick one person, but they're just like, no, and it's this feeling of like, because he's so wishy-washy, he acts upon it. Like, it's okay to feel confused, but then like make it clear that you're confused. But usually in anime, they're like confused, but they internalize it and they like, you know, like create all these like misunderstandings for probably dramatic effect, where there's misunderstandings because he's like going out with different or she's going out with different people, and then there's misunderstanding and drama ensues because of this, and it's just like, it's not my cup of tea, although some people will like it that way. I don't like it. I used to also dig love triangles, but now I just can't bear it. It's just so emotionally draining. I don't have the emotional luxury to like invest in these type of things anymore. I still like sometimes do it. I read like angsty stuff either by accident and then I go through with it, or sometimes it's just like, okay. Most of the time I'm just like, I just want a simple story where it makes me feel good. A feel-good story of like, oh, the OP MC crushes his enemies, he reincarnated and he like gives the villains the taste of their medicine. Or like, he's really successful now and he makes friends, or he's really cool. And they're like, oh, hello! Thank you for subscribing! Hello, hello! Well, limited by actually talking to Japanese people. I have なんかね、日本語わかる友達いるんだけど、教えてくれるっていつも言ってるけど、結局、できなかった。Funny, my mandatory language I have to learn is Chinese. Currently learning a Chinese by Russian by myself, yet talking to Japanese. Russian, Chinese, Japanese, I salute you. I literally know those to be really, really hard languages, especially Chinese. I would like to learn Chinese. I think Chinese is a really beautiful language. It's just, I am very intimidated by it. It's a very intimidating language to learn. There are a lot of intimidating languages, but you know. Yeah, love triangles are a hit or miss for me. If they're already in a relationship, there's still a triangle that infuriates me. Exactly! I hate... Like, I know there's... For the longest time, I didn't know that NTR means that, but like netorare. I hate that genre so much. It infuriates me. Like, because it's fantasy, like sometimes murderer MC, or you know, like scheming MC. I'm fine with that. But if you're a cheater, I hate you already, okay? In a manga or manhwa, you're a cheater. End of the line. That's where my like tolerance ends. I hate that trope so much. No matter if like people will be like, logically you can see, you know, that it's wrong, but there were reasons. I don't care. I don't care what your reasons were. I don't care what the situation is. No. No, no, no. No, because I didn't know what NTR was, because I think I only learned it when I become a VTuber. I don't remember when I learned it, but it was very recent, because when you look at genres, you can like, when you're in a manga section, you like pick genres, and you like pick NTR. It's a very mixed bag, and so and none of them interested me, so I never clicked on it, so I was just like, I don't know what this thing means. Like, you click on it, and a bunch of manga that feel like they're, like, not similar in any way pop up, and you're just like, okay, I guess that's eh. And I never read any manga that had NTR on it. Not because I look out for it and then don't read it, just because it never happened that the manga I was interested in had that genre. And so I just never knew what it was. I just never knew what it was. And then I found out that, oh, it's NTR as in like there's cheating involved. And then people are like, no, it's more like, you know, when someone is in a relationship or something and then they get taken away. Netorare, which is like snatched away. Netorare is Japanese, and then netorare is Netore, right? So they shortened it to NTR, and I was like, who would know that? You know? Don't read NTR. I wouldn't, even if it's not about like, oh, keep your purity. I just hate that trope too. It's so infuriating to me. I hate that trope so much. It frustrates me. Like, if you're gonna cheat, just break up with them and just go get into another relationship. Why do you gotta like have both? You know? Just break up. Sheesh. Like, yeah, they'll cry about it, but you know, like, better than being cheated on. Gosh, so annoying. It boils my blood when I see cheating. And I despise it naturally. Exactly! Like, I saw this, like, Facebook thing of, like, how they were in the LDR and the guy cheated on her, and immediately I felt sick to the stomach. What kind of mangas have you read? I really like sports manga, but I am very picky about it. Sometimes I get bored. I have very specific, like, tastes, but I can't, like, articulate them. So I've read Haikyuu, Prince of Ten. Oh wait, I didn't read. Oh wait, I did. It was like dropped or like not serialized here anymore in English. I think it got completed in Japan, but didn't get completed in the English version. But also I didn't like it. Technically not. I am protag an NTR situation. No, it is not. Because they're not in a relationship. So, technically nobody's cheating. But, I mean, you know, it's... Hatsumi desu. Ah! Irashai! Irashai! Patra. Hi hi! Irashai, irashai. これは、なんかね、英語で話す配信だから、あと、すみませんね。あと、敬語は、下手くそなので、なんかね、敬語が使えなかったら、別に失礼なつもりじゃないので、許してください。If I don't use like formal speech, it's not because I, you know, like, I'm being rude or being casual. I just don't know how to do it. I'm sorry. ごめんなさい。I know the like many levels of sorry, like ごめん and ごめんなさい and すいません and like 申し訳ありません which is really hard to pronounce, and I probably pronounced that wrong. Sports manga, read Blue Lock. I do read it. It's so good. Heck, I love manga like that. Right now I can't think of anything else. Mairimashita Iruma-kun? Mairimashita Iruma-kun is like so good. Guys, you have to. It's so good. Like, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with it. I feel like it just hits all the right spots. Hatsumi Shoken. Hi. Shoken. This is a greeting I see sometimes with Japanese VTubers. They say like, Shoken irashai. Shoken na hito. Shoken na hito. I keep forgetting that term because like most of the Japanese VTubers I watch, I only watch through clips, and also like they use like really complicated kind of formal like languages. I also just recently found out that haishin is stream, because if you put it in translate, it's like stream. But haishin, if you translate it to English, is delivery, which is not stream in English. So it's like the terminology sometimes that don't usually pop up in like, you know, media. I don't know. Demon School Inuma? Yes, but I didn't watch the anime. I only read the manga. I watch a lot of anime, but only get the anime when I really like the art style. I can relate on that. Like sometimes I like drop it if it's like a mediocre plot plus mediocre art, or like bad art or not bad art, but like art style that isn't to my liking or not my type of art style. Because there are a lot of art styles that people like, and I'll be like, oh, I mean, it's okay, you know, like, it's not my cup of tea. I'll probably like get bored of it. But like, if it's like mediocre art style, like as in it's not my type of art style. There's like this certain type of art style that I really really like, but it's often found in like manhwa. But there are like certain types in manga too that I like. You know, I have this specific thing for eyes. Like I have this thing about eyes, but I mean I'm not that stuck up about it. Be like, ew, no, I don't like the art style. I don't want to read it. It's just like because you're scrolling through all this bunch of like manga, and then you're just like, I'm judging books based on their covers basically. I'm like, this seems nice, and then I'll read the synopsis and I'll be like, okay, the synopsis is nice, but if it's pretty art and then the synopsis is bad, I also won't read it. Like, you know? Search up Ping Pong the animation. I saw that! Gosh, I don't remember the ending. I don't know if I finished it or not. But I watched that specifically because so many people said that the animation style was so insane. Like, I think I should rewatch it. I don't know. I feel like it was really, really short. Japanese is the honorific suffix. That's hard to say. Honorific suffix san after a person's name is a way to show respect for the other person. So. San-zuke toka, kun-zuke toka. San-zuke toka. まあ、san は敬意で使ってるのが多いからね。くんとかちゃんとか、普通は友達で使うものだから。Ranking of Kings. Oh my gosh, wait, I heard about that and I heard it was so good, but I haven't had the time to like watch anything. For the character development plus the plot. For example, if you call me, you can call me Daken-san. そうそう。じゃあ、Daken-san って呼ぶべきかな。敬語使わなくてもさん付けで。なるほど。The more you learn. Yeah, because kun and chan are usually like, it's used a lot in anime, but I don't think it's used a lot in like normal conversation because it's a very casual way of like speaking to someone. Chan and kun is usually reserved for friends or like family members that you're close with, like I don't know, siblings. That's when you know it's a good anime. Yeah, you know it's a good anime, I feel like, when it makes you feel something, right? Like it just touches your heart. Yeah. If you're close to someone, you can use chan or kun or other stuff like chi, like minechi, like their name, and then you add a chi. I cry too fast, and all animes would be good for me. Oh my gosh, I used to like, whenever I would feel sad, I used to like search up like sad commercials. You know those like, oh my gosh, those commercials? I remember this commercial of like saying like, my dad is a liar, and then it pans to like, he's a liar because he lies like he's not tired and that he's fine. And then I cried so hard on that one. There were so many commercials that I cried on. I even cried on that like one, was it a commercial? I don't, and then it's so unexpected because it's like a commercial for some service that's totally not related to the commercial that you just watch it and you're like, what? What about Gozaru Megu-san? Megu-kun? Kun is usually reserved for males. But I've seen people do it when they're like older, and when usually like I've seen it in anime when like an older person refers to like a younger person who's a female. Like in not Kurokoro Basket, in Fruits Basket, like Shigure used it to refer to Toru, like Toru-kun, even though Toru is a girl. I don't have to have any attachment to character or anything. If there's something sad happening on screen, I cry. Gozaru? Okay, wait. What about Gozaru? Gozaru is like not used anymore. Like that was like, I think, usually used for like samurai people. I don't know. It was not in that. It was like used in that era. But bro, I'm just a weeb. Okay, I'm not a Japan history expert, so don't take my word for it. But I'm pretty sure depicted in anime, gozaru is usually like, and it's not it's not something you use to refer to someone. It's just a type of speech, like a manner of speech. You know how in Naruto, like in the Japanese dub, he says like datte ba yo, which isn't like it's not usually what you put in Japanese. Like you don't do it in your sentence. It's like saying bro. You know, like you say that's right, bro, even though you can just say that's right, or yeah, bro, even though you can just say yeah. So it's like that. You know, you can think of it like that, but nobody uses it. I don't think, like unironically. In this day and age, I don't think. もう使えないかもだと思うけど. Like you don't use that anymore. Never have actually cried as I'm not the most emotional one, but definitely emotional and cautious hero. Boy! That anime was like, it just punched you in the gut. Like it was just like, ha 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 ha, he's so funny. Am I safe to call you Megu-san or would you prefer Megu-san? Megu-san でいいよ。別に構わないし。Megu-san で、全然 OK. It's fine, you can call me Megu-san. I don't mind at all. Are you telling me I'm a samurai gozaru? No. Using gozaru doesn't make you a samurai. It's just a way of talking. That a lot of samurai used in that era, or like a lot of people in that era used. You know? Megu-ba-san janeo! No! What's your favorite anime? Haikyuu. I thought about this a lot. I'm really indecisive. But if you sat me down and told me, what anime would you not get bored of to watch repeatedly, it would be Haikyuu. Like, it's just... Although sometimes I wish I could relive the feeling of watching it for the first time all over again, I wouldn't mind. Like, I still like rewatching it. It's just that the first time is special. Like, just the feels of this anime, man, so good. It's like so, it's so inspiring. I don't even play. Oh, sorry. I don't even play volleyball, but it like just it makes you cry, man. It made me cry. It made me cry a lot. It's like the dramatic moments where it doesn't work out for the main protagonists. Like, you really... Like, it's so hard because it's like, oh my gosh, can I just talk about it? Can I just talk about how Haikyuu for like the longest time? Like, usually in like sports anime, there's only like 1 or 2 people that you really truly care about. Like, the others are just kind of backdrops or like they're extras, you know? It feels very much like anime, but like a movie. Like, you're just watching them, and then there's like the people to focus on and the people that are like there, yeah, but you don't really get attached to them. Or like there's a few outliers that get attached to them. But in Haikyuu, it's so different. I don't know how the author did it, but you like care for all of these people, and there's like so many of them because in just one team there's like 10 people or something. There's 10 people, and you know all of them, like you know their names, and you like care about them genuinely. It's not just like the two main quote-unquote main protagonists. Like, even their enemy teams, quote-unquote enemy teams, their rivals, like usually, or not usually, but like a lot of the times they like, oh, rival team, and then they're gone forever and you like don't think about them. But in Haikyuu, it's so different, and it's so heartwarming whenever they like all get together and just like be silly together. And you know, they're just like people. They're not like some sort of like, I don't know, soldiers fighting off in the world or like something like that. They're just like these high schoolers, and they're like passionate about what they do, and it's so realistic because, like, you know, it's a sport. And oh my gosh, I don't want to spoil it because I genuinely want to encourage you to read it or watch it. I don't know, like, I've heard people say too that even if they're not into sports anime or sports genre in like manga, Haikyuu is different. Haikyuu just hits different. I may have gone over this before, but I'm using translation software, so sorry if my grammar is weird or anything. 全然 OK! なんか全然気づかない。なんか全然気づいてない。みたいな感じ。 how do you say this? It's like you don't even notice. It's like you don't even know you're using translation software. 全然平気。私だってなんか日本語めちゃくちゃなんで、そちらこそごめんなさい。Ever watched a quintessential quick trip list? That's been like suggested to me like so many times. I don't know. I don't feel like watching it. Maybe if someone can sell it to me hard enough. I don't know. I don't have the innate desire to watch it or read about it. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I mean, there's another anime that people have suggested to me, like Golden Time, which I just didn't feel like watching because I felt like... I feel like it's because Golden Anime had amnesia tropes too, though. I hate amnesia tropes. I don't know. It's just frustrating to me. 私も翻訳機を使っています。あなただけじゃないわ。兄弟。あなただけ、あなただけ、I can't even say it anymore. あなただけじゃないわ。メグさん日本語上手だよ、大丈夫。全然。そんなことない。自分では分かってる。それはただの優しさで、ただ、親切、愛しえで、噛んだ。I was being dramatic in Japanese, but I fumbled the pronunciation. I ruined my dramatic moment. Golden Time is the goal. I've heard people say that so many times. I don't know. It's angsty. 漢字も読めてすごい。読めてない。漢字読めない。全然読めない。日本語全然読めないよ。でも、なんかね、ググってて、なんかロマ字の方を読んでる。なんかね、ロマ字だけしか読めない。I can't read kanji. I like people always misunderstand when they chat in Japanese and then I can read it. I can't. I'm just putting it on Google and then reading the romaji. 読めない。ごめんね。急に日本語。So, someone here, like, is not very good at English yet. So, sometimes I translate to Japanese a bit. Golden Time is good. I've heard that. I've heard that. That's why I mentioned it, because it's like one of those animes that almost, like, so many people have recommended to me, and it just doesn't. まあ、ちょっとだけど、ね。なるほど。そうそうそう。ローマ字しか読めない。なんかね、ちゃんと習ってないからちゃんと習ってないから、全然読めない。でも、ローマ字だと、なんか、誰かが私に言ってるみたいで、あ、そうなんだ。そんなこと、そんなことじゃなくて。なるほど。そうなんだって、みたいな。頭が、そう。It's like if it's Romaji, someone is saying it to me, you know? Do a Golden Time watch along, bro? Maybe. Maybe we can do that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Let me tell you guys. I hate amnesia tropes. I hate this feeling of like reset as if nothing happened. But it actually did. Like, it's different from isekai where it's just like turning back time. It's like, it happened but only this one person forgot about it. And usually in anime or in movies, the amnesia trope is used to stir drama. Where one person forgets and the other person remembers and they suffer because they're the only one who remembers. And, you know, like, angst ensues. And I hate it. I don't like it. I really don't. I can like, ignore it if it's just, like, a side bit where it's just like it's not that central to the story. But when they start focusing on amnesia, I can't. I can't. You won't regret it. I promise you, bro. We'll see. I don't know. So many people have like recommended this to me. Watch Your Name. I have seen Your Name. Your Name did make me tear up. It didn't make me cry as much as people said it would, but it made me tear up. Like, I think Your Name, it's less the story because it's more so like the way they presented it. Like the voice acting and the music and the visuals was like so... Like it did a really great job of invoking this feeling of sadness, and I'm just like, oh, this is so... You know? The silent voice, I actually didn't watch the movie. I've talked about this before, but I didn't watch the movie. I read the manga. Because you see, I watched the trailer and was so enraptured by it. The trailer made me cry. The trailer for Silent Voice made me cry, and my interest in it was so peak that I was like, I can't wait for the movie to come out. I gotta read it. I gotta know the story now. And so I searched for the manga, and I found the manga and I read it. And it was sad. I acknowledge that it was sad. But it didn't make me cry as much as well, it didn't make me cry. I did tear up a few times, especially like near the end. But I don't know. Maybe it was because the trailer was like, I expected so much from the trailer, but then I felt like the manga didn't quite hold up. I don't know. I'm gonna get wait, my eye. So many people are gonna be like, you just didn't get it, and maybe I don't, but they cut out so much. So the movie wasn't even like, I read the manga and I didn't tear up, but then the movie is even less emotional than the manga. For me, I think that the thing that made me not cry so much about it is that, like, what do you call it? The romance didn't enamor me. Like, I felt like it was weird because I know that it can happen. I know that I'm not saying that it's unrealistic. I know some people who have praised it, being like, it was touching, like, seeing someone, like, you know, realize their mistakes when they were younger and trying to make up for it. And like learning to love someone and forgiving them despite the things that they did to you in the past. But it was so weird reading, like it was such a whiplash when I read about how he did that thing to her when they were young. And then she still attempted to be like friends, right? And I was like, oh, this scene is making me cry. This is the scene that made me cry. But then it like time skipped. And he's an adult now, and he realized that he was a dumb child. And I get that. I don't hate him for it. You know, redemption is good. People make mistakes. What confused me was that she fell in love with him? And I don't know. I guess it was because he was trying to, like, understand her. And, like, you know, he even, like, learned the sign language and everything. But I just didn't feel it. You know, like, it came out of nowhere, and it was kind of one-sided at first, I feel, because it felt like, I don't know, because it felt like his actions were mostly motivated by guilt. So I didn't feel the romance, and it like kind of took away from my feeling of like sadness. I don't know, but this is the part that stuck out to me, is that I thought it was gonna be some sort of heart-wrenching story, right, from the trailer. And it was a heart-wrenching story. But this romance of her falling for him just left me feeling weird. And I guess I was kind of like less engaged in the story after that. It's just like, it was just confusing to me. I feel like I made the wrong choice. There's romance, but that's not the main focus of the movie. It's about Ishida forgiving himself and accepting everyone around him. I see, I see. I only understand really simple English, but I'm trying my best to listen with my little brain. 今アニメの話してるので What did you think about Chainsaw Man? I didn't watch Chainsaw Man because I felt like it was an anime that I would not enjoy, but it was so hyped everywhere. I know that it's deep, right? I know that it's supposed to be deep and there's like emotional stuff, you know? And whatnot. And I know it's supposed to be good, but I heard it was also really angsty, you know? It was like dark. And that already was like, You know, these days, I have to be in a certain mood to read something dark. Like, I have to really be in the mood to like have that kind of emotional, you know, like emotional strength. You know, like it's just like sometimes you're so emotionally drained, you're just like, I don't want to be sad right now. Or like have to be anxious about these fictional characters' lives and their feelings. But also, I heard that Denji was a pervert. And let me just say that most of the time I'm like desensitized to it. But if I can, like, if they introduce like a character, like I read something and they introduce a character and he's like perverted, I'm like, okay, you know. But most of the time, I'm not fond of the token perverted MC. Like an example would be like Meliodas from Seven Deadly Sins. I still did watch like the first season of Seven Deadly Sins. I didn't watch it after that, but it just kind of makes me roll my eyes, you know, like, I get it, you like boobies, we get it, and he like, I don't know, in anime and manga I acknowledge that it's common, like, there'll be like episodes where like, haha, let's peek at the girls changing, it's funny, and then I'm just like, okay. Although sometimes I do get a kick from it because of how they do it, like the mistakes that they make in this operation itself. But the operation itself is just like, okay. Like, The only reason she fell for him is because he's the only guy her age who's the closest to a friend for her. I don't think that was it. I think that another possibility would be that, you know, because of his guilt, you know, because he's so guilty, right? He wanted to make amends, and so he put this extra effort to like communicate with her and understand her. And I think that's why she fell for him. But it's just that logically in my brain I get that, but it just didn't make me feel anything. You know? Because it just, I don't know, it just came out of nowhere. I don't know. I guess I didn't feel them. But I'm weird because there's this other romance manga, Horimiya, which a lot of people liked, but I also didn't vibe with them. Like, I liked their characters individually, but I didn't feel the chemistry between them. I tried so hard to read that manga. Like, 3 separate times I picked it up and dropped it. Because I always see it when you search for shoujo manga romance, it's always at the top rankings. And I'm like, okay, maybe I just wasn't feeling romancy that one time. And then I read it again, and then I drop it. And then I read it again, and I'm like, I really don't feel their I don't know. Like, I didn't hate either of them individually. You know, like, I don't know. Also, wait. I wouldn't say dark, more just gory. Who wouldn't like Chainsaw? It's not that deep, really, because I saw people being like, you know, like, never forget, like, oh no, like, the characters are, they do stuff, and then there's like people being like, oh, this scene really he's a nice perv, he wouldn't sexually harass people, he has thoughts of it, but he wouldn't engage on it. He harasses people constantly. I see. I don't know much about it, I just know that he's a perverted character, so I'm not putting any judgment on it, I just haven't seen it because of those reasons. Also, like, I did not watch Violet Evergarden, although I have been meaning to because so many people have said it's really, really good. So you don't know about it, huh? About what? Wait. Denji doesn't engage on his dirty thoughts, which makes him just like us? I guess, but I know that it's reality and stuff, that people think that and don't engage on it, and it's like, okay. But what am I trying to say? Like, I don't want to read about it, you know? Like, I usually don't, although I don't know Denji. I don't know much about Chainsaw Man. But what I'm saying is that I'm not a fan of, like, there are MCs, right, there where they're like, haha, I'm silly and pervert, but I have my moments, I'm cool, and actually, like, just acting silly, you know? So, I'm just like, that's cool and all, that you're a nice guy and that you're cool at times, but like, I don't want to read about it, you know? I don't want to watch it. Like, it's just like, okay, you know? Horimiya came out's drama slowly become boring because they stopped focusing on the main couple. No, my problem with Horimiya is that I don't feel the main couple. Like, they're both good individuals, but I don't feel chemistry from their pair. Like, I've read... I read this manga where it's just all fluff. It's all fluff, there's no drama, and I read it without getting bored because they were so cute together. You know that feeling of like, oh my gosh, they suit each other so well, it's so sweet, I love them interacting with each other. Like, that kind of feeling did not exist when I was watching Horimiya. Hi, Kaicharu! Hey yo, so many watch-alongs, we always talk about this. Yeah, pervert. No woman, he's just a boy that want to live a nice life. I see. That's another thing that, like, you know, did not, like, deterred me from watching it is because I heard that something bad happens to him. As in, like, you know, because of Makima. And I was like, because all I know is that he's really into Makima, and he's kind of like at her beck and call. So if she does something to him, he's gonna be pretty down about it. And I'm just like, I don't think I'm ready for that kind of emotional investment. Can I try to host? I can try to host. Let's go, Neffy. Neffy with his like Wi-Fi. Gotta be on the weekends. Hello, Theo! How are you? How are you doing today? Can I recommend a romance manga? No drama, very cute romance. Okay, what is it? Grand Blue and Prison School? I've heard of those two. I've heard of Prison School especially, is like really funny. And I haven't read those yet or watched them. I like had to... Sometimes I watch this really obscure anime, but then sometimes I just don't know a lot of anime, I feel like. That's just how it is with me. I just don't... It really just depends. Like, I don't have this clear criteria of like, oh, like, if you were to know my list, your reaction would probably be, what? You watched this, but you didn't watch this and have no desire to watch this? And I'm like, yeah. It's just very haphazard. Insomniacs After School? I see. Okay. I'll watch it. I'll check it out and see. Yeah, Skip Beat, man. Skip Beat was so good. Skip Beat was so good. You know, the heartbreaking thing is that I've had manga or manhwa that I love, but got discontinued. Like, if you know the manhwa, this girl is a little wild. That's an example of a couple that I really, really, really love because they were so perfect for each other. It was like a himbo bimbo pair. And they were so casual, and it felt like you know, like you enjoyed seeing them interact, and you enjoyed their romance. But it got dropped. And another one is Act Age. It also got dropped for a good reason, though. So I can't fault it. I fault, like, it was the right thing to do, but it was still sad. It was still so sad that it got dropped. Because I loved it so much. It was just like, it's so hard to find the specific types of manga that I indulge myself in. Skip Beat is one of them. This, like, trope of, like, they entered this field and they're new, but they're really, really good at it, is like, I love that. And everyone acknowledges them for it. Ugh, for various reasons, yeah. It was a very, very unsettling incident that made it get discontinued. I was so shocked. But I'm so sad. Do you ever watch Dress Up Darling? It's a slice of life, it's a lot of fun. I watched bits of it. Like, I've seen bits of it. And I've heard people sing praises to it to the heavens, like how it's like almost perfect, near perfect romance slice of life anime. But I haven't got around to watching it yet. I don't know. Sometimes my mood is like so all over the place. My mood is so all over the place where it's just like, if I am like just not feeling it, it's just nothing happens. It just won't happen. I just will not be able to watch it or read it. Especially watch, like, I will more likely read the manga rather than watch the anime unless someone is there with me, because it's this same feeling of like, I feel like it's taking up too much of my time that I should be doing something else, which doesn't make sense because when you read something it's also taking up your time, but I'm just my brain, you know? Yeah. I might check it out, but like, sometimes my way of reading manga is that I feel like reading this and this type of trope, and I'll search for this type of trope. You know what I mean? So nowadays, I don't read or watch manga or anime that are like quote-unquote unique or something, or just like they don't fit in a bundle. It's also good I've read it. Okay, I'll try and see if I'll read it. So yeah, I'll be sure to do that. Anyways, I think it's a good time to end the Just Chatting stream here, because I'm getting sleepy. So yeah, thank you so much everyone. I had so much fun chatting with everyone. Sorry for the technical problems at the start, but I'm glad that you know, I'm glad we got to talk. I had a lot of fun. I really love like just chatting with you guys like this, and it's comfy about like everything under the sun. And you know, since like it's anime talk, we can like just talk about it. We can talk about it anytime. If you guys would like, I don't know, maybe we'll see if we'll do like a Just Chatting next week. I don't know. I do like Just Chatting streams. They're like very comfy for me, and I like talking to you guys, and I like that I can concentrate on talking to you guys because it's like the only thing that's happening in the stream. Because I'm my brain is like sometimes very divided when I'm streaming and talking and then playing the game and then reading the chat. It's just like Anime podcast with Megu. Ayo, I'm gonna like start a podcast. I invite a different guest every week. We debate on anime. I did really like the idea of like podcast type stuff because I like talking about it. Anyways, yes. Thank you so much everyone for dropping by. I really enjoyed our conversation. I enjoyed everyone's company. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow for the Minecraft stream. Because that's going to be lots of fun. I'm gonna be really... I've been looking forward to this Minecraft stream for so much. Because it's been so long since I played Minecraft or streamed it. It's been... And then suddenly we have a server. I feel like once we have a server, I feel like since there's purpose now in like building and everything and stuff, we can actually do it. We can like totally like do a lot more Minecraft streams. But yeah, thank you so much. And I keep saying goodbye, but then I keep talking. But this is for sure, for real this time. Goodbye. Please like and subscribe and do what it is to be done and comment down below about, I don't know, anime that you'd like to talk about in next stream. And see, maybe I'll like read some of them. Like maybe you can comment down below a manga. I will be honest and transparent that I will probably read the manga more likely. I'll be more likely to read the manga rather than watch the anime that you suggest. So who knows, like maybe you'll like suggest an anime or a manga, and then I'll read it, and then you could be like, Megu, have you read it? In the next just chatting and be like, yeah. Or maybe I can be like, no, I haven't, but get this, I did read this other manga. But I mean, you know, yeah. Anyways, goodbye. I keep saying goodbye. Oh my gosh, I keep saying goodbye and then keep talking. Okay. Bye now, for real. Bye. Good night. Thank you so much for chatting with me. I really enjoyed it. And see you guys soon!